I appreciate your good nature, but it's crucial to recognize that not everyone shares that quality. Our hearts yearn to believe in solutions for the world, and we maintain hope in humanity, yet it's important to stay vigilant to avoid potential hurt. Sadly, there are numerous dishonest individuals, and at times they might come into our lives. Be attentive to the signs and steer clear of such people. You may have encountered someone who is genuinely deceitful, who undermines others' feelings without a hint of remorse and exploits their vulnerabilities. Often, these behaviors are so discreet that we might not even realize we are engaging with a dishonest person. Let's discuss the signs that indicate you're in the presence of one. Some may consistently attempt to make you feel responsible for circumstances or feign friendship while disparaging you behind your back. It's essential to be prepared because sometimes outsiders may try to disrupt your peace, but often these disturbances will come from within your own family. Family is indeed a gift, and I truly believe that. But unfortunately, some individuals may gravitate towards their less admirable traits. In today's video, I'll share 10 signs that suggest you're dealing with an untrustworthy person and offer guidance on how to navigate interactions with them. Before we dive into the first sign, please take a moment to hit the like button if you enjoy gaining insights into life's wisdom. Consider also this thought: people may want to see you thrive, but rarely better than themselves. This holds a great deal of truth. Now let's jump into the first sign. Number 1, constantly changing stories. Dishonest individuals often shift their narratives and provide inconsistent explanations about various situations. If you notice someone who struggles to keep their story straight or frequently adjusts their account of events, that's a significant indicator that you may be dealing with a dishonest person. This pattern points to a troubling lack of transparency and can create confusion in your interactions. Consider a colleague who, when questioned about a missed deadline, offers different reasons each time you talk, or a friend who changes details when recounting how they handled a shared task. These behaviors not only demonstrate a lack of accountability, but also hint at an underlying deceitful character. Such individuals may even manipulate circumstances to create chaos, fluctuating their stories just to see how others react. It's crucial to identify these signs early on and to distance yourself from those who display this type of behavior, in order to safeguard your own emotional health and integrity. Number 2, avoidance of eye contact. Dishonest individuals often exhibit a discomfort with direct eye contact. They may feel uneasy and powerless when they cannot dodge meaningful interactions and will frequently shift their gaze to evade honesty. These behaviors can manifest in ways that hinder trust in relationships. Consider the colleague who avoids making eye contact during conversations about their performance, not because they are shy, but due to an underlying inclination to conceal their true feelings or intentions. Similarly, think of a friend who seems to glance away whenever a serious topic arises, suggesting potential deceit in their words. These tendencies indicate a reluctance to engage genuinely, which can create an atmosphere of suspicion rather than openness. Dishonest individuals may manipulate circumstances to maintain their evasiveness, steering clear of direct questions or probing discussions. A common scenario is when a partner diverts their gaze when asked about their whereabouts, not due to distraction, but rather a desire to obscure the truth. This tendency to avoid direct engagement is not just frustrating, it can also lead to feelings of emotional distance. Recognizing these signs and fostering an environment of open communication is crucial to maintaining healthy relationships. If you observe someone deliberately steering clear of eye contact during discussions, it may be time to reassess the trustworthiness of your interactions. Number 3, overly defensive reactions. One of the most prominent indicators that you may be dealing with a dishonest individual is noticing their overly defensive responses. You might find yourself feeling on edge, anxious, or simply uneasy during conversations with them. This could be your intuition signaling that something is amiss. Picture being at a family gathering where everyone is laughing and enjoying themselves, yet there's one person whose defense mechanisms create an atmosphere of tension. Even if that individual isn't overtly confronting you, their defensive demeanor can still cast a shadow over the interaction. This might suggest they have something to hide or are struggling to manage their own guilt. Similarly, consider a co-worker who seems to become excessively protective or irritated whenever you ask them questions about their work. You may not fully grasp why it feels unsettling, but your body and mind may sense underlying dishonesty. These feelings deserve your attention. Our instincts often detect cues that our rational mind may miss. If you frequently feel uncomfortable during exchanges with someone, this could be a red flag indicating that they may not be honest with you. Recognizing and valuing these sentiments can assist you in steering clear of deceptive situations and preserving your peace of mind. Number 4. Frequent excuses. Dishonest individuals often avoid taking responsibility for their actions. They tend to cast blame on others when things don't go as planned, frequently positioning themselves as the victim. Rather than acknowledging their own mistakes, they compel you to feel responsible for them. Picture a co-worker who falters on a critical project. Instead of owning up to their error, they swiftly shift the blame onto you or another team member, asserting that everyone but them is at fault. This not only fosters a toxic atmosphere at work, but also leaves you feeling unjustly accused. Another scenario involves a friend who repeatedly finds themselves in trouble. They consistently refuse to recognize that their choices contribute to these situations, opting instead to blame external factors. If they arrive late for a meeting, it's due to traffic or someone else's delay. When something goes awry in their life, they never reflect on their own decisions, always finding a way to attribute the blame elsewhere. These individuals also excel at making you feel guilty for their missteps, manipulating circumstances so that you end up apologizing for issues outside of your control. This dynamic can be emotionally exhausting and may chip away at your self-esteem over time. It's vital to recognize these patterns to safeguard your mental and emotional health. People who habitually evade accountability can pull you into a cycle of guilt and manipulation. Learning how to identify and distance yourself from such individuals is essential for maintaining your well-being. Number 5. Evasive answers. Dishonest individuals often exhibit a troubling pattern of providing vague or misleading responses. They tend to manipulate the truth for their own benefit, and they may even lie for amusement or to gain an advantage over others. Such individuals disregard the importance of trust and genuine connections, prioritizing their self-interests instead. Picture a co-worker who consistently twists their accomplishments at work, embellishing or entirely fabricating details to draw attention to themselves. Or consider that friend who claims they couldn't attend your event because they were unwell, only for you to discover they were out enjoying themselves elsewhere. These falsehoods not only signify dishonesty, but also demonstrate a complete lack of regard for you and those around them. Those who provide evasive answers often use their misleading statements to control situations and manipulate others. For instance, a partner who conceals their feelings or intentions to maintain power in a relationship or gain leverage during a disagreement. They might also spread rumors or misinformation to instigate conflicts among friends or colleagues, all to serve their own interests. While such lies may appear minor at first glance, they accumulate over time, gradually eroding trust and damaging relationships. If someone consistently gives evasive answers, even on trivial matters, it is a clear indication that they do not respect you and are willing to compromise your trust for their gain. Recognizing and addressing this behavior is crucial for fostering healthy relationships. If you identify someone with a persistent habit of giving evasive answers, it is critical to evaluate how their behavior affects your life and whether a trustworthy relationship can be maintained. Honesty serves as the cornerstone of any meaningful relationship, and those who rely on evasive answers are incapable of providing that foundation. Number 6. Unreliable promises. Dishonest individuals often fail to follow through on what they claim they will do. They typically do not feel guilty about the negative consequences their actions can have on others. When challenged, they twist the situation to make you question your understanding of events. Picture a colleague who consistently takes credit for your contributions, and when you address the issue, they display no signs of regret. Instead, they might argue that you wouldn't have succeeded without their involvement, or suggest they were merely helping you shine. This type of behavior illustrates a complete lack of empathy and accountability, showcasing a deeply selfish and manipulative nature. Another instance could involve a friend who frequently makes cutting or hurtful remarks. When you express how those comments affect you emotionally, they may chuckle and assert that you are simply overreacting or claim that you are too sensitive. Such behavior not only demonstrates a lack of accountability, but also aims to distort your perception of reality, causing you to question your own feelings. These individuals excel at flipping the scenario. If you highlight a mistake or harmful action, they swiftly portray themselves as the victims, making you feel guilty for addressing the issue. This form of emotional manipulation is a clear indicator that the person has no genuine remorse for their actions and is primarily focused on safeguarding their reputation. Recognizing unreliable promises is critical for your emotional well-being. Individuals who lack guilt regarding the harm they inflict on others are likely to persist in these damaging behaviors, fully aware that there will be minimal consequences. Identifying this trait and establishing firm boundaries is essential for protecting yourself and cultivating healthy relationships. If someone persistently fails to show remorse, it may be wise to consider distancing yourself from that individual to safeguard your mental health. Number 7. Gossiping or spreading rumors. Some dishonest individuals often resort to openly spreading misinformation and rumors. They can be aggressive in their communication, damaging others' reputations with words and actions, and take pleasure in the discord they create. A lack of integrity and the ability to betray others' trust are defining traits of this type of person. Consider a co-worker who doesn't hesitate to share harmful gossip in front of others. They might highlight your flaws in a degrading manner or undermine your ideas during meetings, not to offer helpful feedback, but to diminish your confidence. This behavior not only deteriorates team spirit, but also fosters a toxic and oppressive work atmosphere. Another instance is a friend who makes light of your vulnerabilities or personal challenges, fully aware that it stings. They may ridicule you about something you confided in them, and upon witnessing your distress, seem to derive satisfaction from your discomfort. This lack of empathy and enjoyment in undermining others are unmistakable signs of a dishonest person. These individuals can also engage in verbal manipulation. A partner who frequently belittles you or tries to undermine your self-esteem is exhibiting overt dishonesty. The motivation behind these actions is to hurt and dominate, revealing a complete disregard for others' dignity and well-being. Identifying dishonesty in someone is crucial for safeguarding your emotional and physical integrity. Those who engage in such behavior show little concern for others' feelings and can inflict deep, lasting damage. It's essential to establish boundaries and maintain distance from these individuals to ensure your safety and mental peace. If you encounter such dishonesty, it's important to seek support and take necessary actions to protect yourself. Number 8. inconsistent values, highlighted by friends and family. When your loved ones express concerns about someone's character, it's essential to heed these warnings. They may have had first-hand experience with dishonest or harmful behaviors in the past. Ignoring these indicators could lead to similar outcomes for you if you're not vigilant. For instance, suppose you begin dating someone new and your closest friends and family start to voice their unease. They might bring up that this individual has a history of evasive answers and manipulation in prior relationships. It can be challenging to accept such criticisms, particularly if you find yourself emotionally attached. But it's vital to carefully consider their concerns. Another situation might arise when you start a new job and your colleagues promptly alert you about a particular supervisor. They share accounts of how this supervisor consistently avoids accountability for their mistakes and creates a demotivating atmosphere for their team. These stories aren't merely gossip. They serve as warnings rooted in real experiences that could spare you from distressing situations. The insights from your friends and family are invaluable as they offer an external and unbiased perspective. They genuinely want what is best for you and have no ulterior motives in their warnings. If multiple people caution you about the same individual, consider it a significant indicator to tread cautiously. It's tempting to overlook or downplay these alerts, particularly if the person appears to be treating you well at the moment. However, acknowledging and reflecting on these concerns can mitigate a lot of potential issues later on. If someone continually displays patterns of dishonesty or untrustworthiness, it's likely that these behaviors will manifest with you as well. Take these warnings to heart and vigilantly observe the person's actions. Should you detect signs of avoidance, defensiveness, or frequent excuses, think about creating some distance before it becomes more complicated. Your loved ones may identify red flags that you, caught up in the moment, might overlook. Trust their instincts and prioritize your well-being. Number 9, inability to accept criticism. One of the most troubling forms of emotional manipulation by a dishonest individual is their complete refusal to acknowledge feedback. These individuals often cause you to feel inadequate, undermining your self-worth through various criticisms regarding your appearance, interests, aspirations, and more. It's important not to allow them to distort how you view yourself. Picture a partner who incessantly critiques your looks, highlighting your physical traits as if they were serious flaws. They might say things like, "You'd be more attractive if," or "Why don't you dress better?" These remarks aren't constructive. They are hurtful and intended to chip away at your confidence. Consider a friend who ridicules your passions and accomplishments, dismissing your dreams as unworthy. They may laugh at your ambitions or mock your interests, making you feel foolish for pursuing your goals. This kind of dismissal not only causes pain, but also leads you to question your self-worth and capabilities. These individuals use their inability to accept criticism as a means of emotional control, eroding your self-esteem in a way that creates a dependence on their validation and acceptance. Their intention is to warp your self-perception to align with their own desires and expectations, with little regard for your true self. Do not allow these individuals to manipulate how you see yourself. You are valuable and deserve to be treated with respect and dignity. If someone repeatedly belittles you, it's a strong indication that they have no genuine interest in your emotional well-being. Protect yourself by distancing yourself from those who consistently seek to diminish you, and instead pursue relationships that nurture your growth and happiness. Number 10. Financial manipulation. Financial manipulation stands as a clear indication of a dishonest person. Deceptive practices regarding money can reveal underlying issues in an individual's character. If you find that someone exhibits manipulative or negligent behavior when it comes to financial matters, it's wise to reconsider your trust in that person. Picture a neighbor who often borrows money but consistently fails to repay or provide clear explanations for their financial struggles. Such actions not only create frustration, but also highlight a significant lack of integrity and accountability on their part. This kind of dishonest conduct may also reflect a broader pattern in various aspects of that person's life. Another instance could be someone who makes extravagant promises about investments or financial endeavors, but then fails to deliver, leaving others wondering about their true intentions. Repeated failures to follow through indicate a serious disregard for the trust placed in them. These behaviors should not be overlooked. Research suggests a correlation between financial dishonesty and other forms of deceitful behavior. It's crucial to be aware of these warning signs and to consider the ramifications of maintaining a relationship with someone displaying such traits. While it might be challenging to acknowledge these issues if you're influenced by friendship, affection, or respect, prioritizing your financial well-being and that of others should come first. If you suspect someone engages in manipulative financial practices, it's prudent to distance yourself and, if appropriate, report their actions to the necessary authorities to safeguard yourself and prevent further deceit. If you're aware of additional signs of dishonesty that haven't been covered here, feel free to share them in the comments. I'm eager to hear your thoughts. If you've reached this point, please leave a comment saying, "Honesty is essential in our lives." If you found these insights helpful, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe for more valuable information. Let's strive for greater awareness together. Until next time.